Wow. So 1 year on YouTube. The last year went way too fast, uh, and also way too slow. Like, ugh, it's so stressful. So much happened, yet I didn't accomplish the vast majority of things I wanted to do this year, especially in the last 6 months. The first 6 months were pretty good. The last 6 months were not as good. And especially the last three, the last two, the last month, it's just getting progressively worse because I am spending all of my free time either working because I'm taking all the holiday overtime that's available while it's available. Got to take the hours while I can, or I'm spending all my free time cleaning and organizing my apartment because it became a disaster. And on the bright side, for the first time in 4 years, I have an actual bed. That is super exciting. Also, I should mention I'm in my bedroom right now. Normally, you would see like the couch behind me, and I'd like run out that way behind the couch. That's that door. So like I would run in here, and now you're in here instead of over there on the other side of that wall. Because I took everything out of this room and washed the carpets. Borrowed my sister's carpet cleaner, and it took like over a week to do because I could only do a couple hours each morning before I had to go to work, and like do a section of the room at a time. And then it took over a week to dry. Then I began the process of bringing everything back into this room and clearing out that room so I can wash those carpets. So that's been eating up a lot of my time. So many videos that I wanted to make that I didn't get to make. So many things I wanted to do that I didn't get to do because I got a second job this summer. That was the first time ever that I had two jobs, and it was basically like there's plenty of jobs available everywhere. And it's like, I don't know what the hell is happening with the world. I don't know what I'm doing with my future. All I know is whatever I do, I'm going to need money. And so I'm going to take every hour of work while I can, because I'm young and healthy and capable of doing it. So I was working 72 hours a week. I, at one point, had arranged things in a way where it was like, I could have worked 80 hours a week, but my job didn't want to consistently schedule me at, I think it was a 12-hour shift is what would have been necessary to make that happen. Um, and I could have done it. I very well could have because I consistently work like 14-hour shifts over there, but they don't schedule me for that. They schedule me for an 8 hour, and then they're like, hey, we got some overtime approved by corporate. Want some extra hours? Want to stay late today? And I'm like, sure. But they didn't want to like consistently schedule me at long shifts. Um, Whatever. But yeah, so it's like that tangent aside, I could have been working 80 hours a week, and oddly, I was keeping up with videos, daily videos throughout the 72 hours a week. And now that I'm back down to like 50 hours a week, I'm struggling with it, with keeping up with even every other day videos, because I'm just burnt out. I'm exhausted. So yeah, I'm really hoping that after New Year's, all the corporate overtime will kind of dry up and they won't be approving it anymore, and they'll just be like, yeah, everyone needs to go back to their regular 40. It's very possible that all the online orders will remain higher than usual. And sorry, I'm fidgeting with my phone. Um, it's very possible that all the online orders will remain at a higher volume than usual, and the overtime might continue for a while. In which case, I guess I'll keep taking it while I can, because I gotta take what I can while I can. Also, because for having a regular apartment for the first time ever alone is pretty expensive. I'm really thinking about getting a roommate, but like my long story short, I don't know if my mental health can handle that right now, but it could be a good idea. I don't know. So that's in the works. I've got, of course, this one huge project that I've been like working on. More so, we worked on it briefly a couple years ago and just never finished it, and it's still constantly in the back of my mind. It's like, oh, I really need to work on that thing. I gotta do that because the person involved is gonna like not be alive eventually, and like I kind of need them alive to do the project, and also I'd like them to see it finished, and they want to see it finished, and also it's a good excuse to spend time with that person. But then I get so stressed about the need to do that, to spend time with them, to work on the project, and also just spend time with them in general. I get so stressed about it that I just avoid it entirely instead of working on it, and then that just makes me more stressed about it. Then, that's a thing. Anyways, I'm rambling into tangents. Point is, this really snuck up on me. Yeah, you can. I think I mentioned this already. I can't even remember. You can even tell how much this snuck up on me because this video is entirely last second, unplanned. I'm just rambling whatever comes to mind, just for the sake of having a video. Right. So that's the one thing I really did learn this year is and I still struggle to believe this, but the data proves it and obviously it's true. Like I knew this, but having any video, even what I deem to be a bad video, is better than no video. Like on January 30th, it will be for me 12 years on YouTube. But this is technically when I started this channel, it was meant to be a fresh start. And it was. And this is 1 year since then. And so this is 1 year on YouTube. 1 year of actually doing it. Not the 12 years of bullshit of always thinking about them. Always thinking about video ideas, thinking about editing, thinking about it. And never actually doing it. 12 years of not never actually doing it, but doing it rarely and inconsistently and constantly giving up and deleting everything and starting over. 12 years of that bullshit versus 1 year of actually trying this shit. And I should say, like, prior to this channel, I did have like a solid 9 months of actually trying on a different channel. And I've had several stints of like 3 months of actually trying, 2 months of actually trying, a week of actually trying. But like the one thing that was going to make this channel different is I'm just not going to give up and start over and delete everything and make a fresh channel. I'm just not going to do that anymore. And that one tiny, massive change, massive, tiny change, whatever, has made the biggest difference of having no progress to any progress at all. So in order to get monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. I have 22 subscribers and 45 watch hours. 22 out of 1,000 and 45 out of 4,000. But a nice smaller goal is in order to get a custom URL. So like right now, if I go to my YouTube channel, it's youtube.com/channel/UCX0BQVEO blah, 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 blah. In order to get youtube.com/channel/Suryanthan, or it's just youtube.com/Suryanthan, I have to have 100 subscribers. So that's my goal. That's this last year, this first year of YouTube, of doing it for real, of actually doing it instead of just thinking about it. My only goal was to upload daily, or as much as possible, which I basically did, and prove to myself that any video is better than no video, and to just and to not quit and start over. And I've achieved all those goals. Now, of course, I am very aware that all of my videos are absolute trash. I hate, well, not all of them. I hate most of them. Or, actually, something odd is kind of happening where, like, I'm not even hating them anymore. I'm, like, emotionally distancing myself from that as the time passes between the video and now. It's just, like, naturally happening as time passes, and that becomes further in the past. I just don't think about it anymore. I'm always thinking about, okay, what's the next video? And I just don't think about the old ones as much. There are certain ones I still hate. There are certain ones I do like, but the rest of them I'm actually, like, I'd say like 95% of them I'm actually quite indifferent to. It's like, whatever. And that's because I'm continuing to crank out stuff just for the sake of keeping at it so that I don't quit, even though I'm not happy with any of it. And so my goal for this next year is every other day. Because I was thinking about how, like, way back in the day, daily uploading was the golden rule, the absolute standard, and twice a day was ideal for gaming. But that was, it was a different time. Like, you could do that, and it would actually be beneficial. You could for a brief time, a lot of the top gaming channels, Jacksepticeye, Markiplier, were uploading 3 videos a day. Or at least I know Markiplier did. Briefly. I'm like, you could do that and people would watch it. And but it was a different time. Like, if I uploaded 3 videos a day of this content, no one's gonna watch it. And that's just the way it is. Like, nowadays, I can't think of a single niche in which uploading daily is actually beneficial anymore, because people have higher standards for the type of content that they want to watch. So, like, even vlogging, I feel like a weekly vlog would be so much better. You can get a much more complicated and rich storyline. You can spend more time on the edit. You can be more thoughtful about the shots you get, and you can condense more into a small time period. You can condense a whole week down into 20 minutes instead of each day into 10 minutes. And it'll be better content, and people will want to watch it more. And I can't think of a single channel that I would want to watch more than a video or 2, maybe 3 a week of new content. There's certain channels that I love going back and binging their old content. But of course that's like a temporary thing, and eventually I'm going to kind of get bored of it and move on to a new thing to binge for a while. So there's also that aspect that, like, people are valuing their time more, and they don't want to waste all their time watching all this content. Whereas back then, like, specifically with gaming, it was like a very young audience, and you could spam all the content you want, and they would watch it because they have nothing better to do. Well, actually, they do, but, like, from their perspective, they don't. They got homework, but they're not going to do that. So that's a thing, too, where I really feel like less often is actually more ideal than more often for most content genres. Which is another thing that I understand, but I'm still learning to accept, because it's still so, like, ingrained into my head that daily is the golden standard, when it really just isn't anymore. I really think weekly is becoming the golden standard. But regardless, my goal for this next year is to upload every other day. And of course, in the same way that this last year, I tried to upload daily and ended up taking way too many breaks. But at least I came back every time. And towards the end, I kind of caved and was like, no, I'm switching to every other day. I can't do it. So, like, I'm going to try for every other day this next year. And eventually I'm probably going to break down and be like, no, I'll go every 2 days. But we're going to try for every other day for this next year and be content with that. And I'm getting close to the end of the process of reorganizing and cleaning everything in my apartment. And once that is done, it's going to be so much easier to keep up with every other day because, one, I won't have this taking up all my time, but two, also I will just have a cleaner and more organized space, a more streamlined space. I wouldn't have all this clutter distracting me. Everything would be put away in like these nice storage bins. And I really, 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 really appreciate the phrase out of sight, out of mind. Because honestly, when my space is a cluttered mess and there's things everywhere, I get distracted by all of them. Every single thing, I have to process it and be like, okay, yeah, that's the thing. I need to do that with that item, and that's waiting for me to make this video, like, hopefully next year, and that video, or that item is for this, and, like, why is that out? That's like, actually, this summer, it was like, that's a winter thing. Why is that out? That should be, like, tossed in the garage somewhere. Now it's winter, and it's like, well, that's camping gear. Like, why is that still out? Let me just put that away. Because I just don't have to think about it. And, yeah, the less clutter, the better. The more streamlined everything is, the better. That's why I've been wearing white shirts. I've got, I don't even know how many t-shirts, maybe close to 100 of different designs. But I just don't wear them because it's just one less thing to think about. It's one less barrier to making content. I just throw on a white shirt. I don't think about it. I have 10 white shirts, and then I just go right to making my content. But I've gone on so many tangents, and I'm trying to kind of bring this back around to the point of the video. Right, I was discussing goals for the next year. I want to upload every other day, but I also want to finish the miscellaneous videos that I filmed that never got edited. And I also really want to put a lot more time into learning editing techniques, trying different software, trying different editing techniques, filming more things in general. Like, most of my content is me just talking. I want to do things on camera and not just talk about things on camera. But a lot of even the every other day might not begin until either January 30th, when I hit my 12-year mark, or maybe even till the spring equinox, which is technically like the astrological new year. I'm on the fence about that. I'm still, from this point, and actually from like the last month going forward, like trying to do every other day, and if I slip up once in a while, that's okay. But at some point, either January 30th or April 21st, I want to like really commit to every other day again. I was doing this, to commit to every other day again. Yeah, I want to make better content. I've got a good list of things I want to make. I just haven't been making them. So I want to make those. I want to spend more time making better lists of better content ideas. I want to spend more time in the YouTube Creator Academy, learning about making videos, watching other channels, discussing how to make videos better. Because I watch a lot of that stuff, but just kind of random videos. I want to like watch all of them in order. That would be a fun thing. Just like watching literally every video from this channel. That's a video idea I've had, that there's a handful of channels I would actually want to do that with. And then also I really need to work on that one big project that I keep putting off. But also, I have situations at work that I am dealing with and considering that I'm not going to give details on. Nothing bad. That's good things, actually. It's a matter of, is that actually what I want? Anyways, that's why I'm already saying too much on that. There's no point in talking about it right now. But then there's also, I'm considering going back to college. But that's a big commitment. But then there's also the chaos of America in general, and I kind of want to get out of here. America's kind of a dumpster fire on a roller coaster, and I don't feel like sticking around until it crashes. I kind of want to get off Mr. Bones' wild ride. We'll find out. I don't know, man. There's so many decisions to be made, so much content to be made, and if anyone's actually watching this, I appreciate you sticking around for this first year, because it's been weird. It's been a weird year. In weirder ways than I expected, too. Like, 2020 was weird, but for me personally, it was good. It was the second best year of my life. 2021, I feel very strange in saying that 2020 was better than 2021, because I would rather redo 2021 than redo 2020. But I just can't justify putting it above 2020 and like making 2020 the third best year of my life. That just doesn't compute. That doesn't make sense to me. It was just a weird year. Real weird. Very experimental. Kind of trying different things badly. And that's okay, you know? It was a good year. Ish. Yeah. Yeah, it's like I'm judging the hell out of it because that's... Oh, never mind. I saw something in Reddit wrong, so I got very confused on my other monitor there. Like, I'm judging the hell out of it because of, like, all I see is all the things I wanted to do but didn't get to do. But if I try to ignore all that and just focus on what it actually was, it was good. And it's weird to be able to say that. Chaotic. A lot of stress. A lot of stress. Honestly, like, I know people have joked about this for years, but like it's only recently that I'm genuinely getting the sense of like going online at all is literally just everyone watching each other going insane, like actually going insane, and even just going to work. It's like everyone is just so fed up with everything, and everyone, and not just in my workplace, but globally, like everyone is just watching each other going insane, and no one knows what to do about it. And that's terrifying. And I'm trying to figure out what to do about it. At least for myself, not for the masses. They're on their own. I don't know why. I can't help them. Oh, God. You know what? I will say it. Actually, I've remembered, I think I have talked about this on the channel. The thing that I was in earlier in this video saying, like, I've said too much on. It's like, yeah, never mind, screw it. It's like, this ties into the thing I was just saying. See, wait, God, hold on. See, that right there, just the way I'm trying to explain this thing, it's like, I can't tell if any of this is making any sense, the last several sentences. And that is exactly part of the everyone is watching everyone going insane and... Anyway, so, like, I see this mass of everyone going insane, and I say that I don't know how to help them, but then, like, that feels like I'm putting myself down because I'm really trying to get this leadership position at work. That's the thing I was saying that I wasn't going to talk about, but I'm like, wait a minute, no, screw it, I can talk about that. I'm still on the fence about it, whether or not I honestly even want it, because it's so stressful and like a different type of work. But I think it's if I can get it, that would be such a massive opportunity to practice those skills, because they are like, oh god, this is a long video, I'm so sorry. Well, you don't have to watch it, you can just, anyways. It's such a massive opportunity to practice those skills, because those are like skills that, regardless of which direction I choose in life, I feel like they're going to be necessary for any of the things that I want to do. And so like on the small scale of like not knowing how to handle coworkers going through the most stressful time in all of human history, pretty much. And it's like, I don't know how to help you because I don't know how to help myself. And then I see the whole fucking world going crazy. It's like, and I'm trying to have leadership skills. How the fuck am I supposed to lead even this small little chunk of people? Look at this mess. Someone's got to be in charge of this. Someone's got to fix this. No one's stepping up to the plate. If I can at least try to help a little small section of people, but I gotta help myself first. But also, this is a good opportunity to practice these skills, and I'm trying to do both at once, and I'm getting dragged in both directions. I'm getting dragged in all directions, all at once, all the time, basically, and kind of have been for years. So I'm just doing everything I can to hold myself together. And I hope you do the same. So please, take care out there. Where's my mouse cursor? Ah, there it is.